The NBA season is over, which means you're probably going to turn to betting on baseball to get your daily action in. If this sounds like you, let me at least help you out by giving you my top 5 free resources to use when you bet on baseball. All right, number one, first and foremost, is the MLB At Bat app. Now, this app is pretty powerful because it has all the matchups, all the baseline things you need for scanning all the games coming in, and it gives you the preview, which tells you the probable pitchers as well as their matchups on a pitcher per batter standpoint. What I like as well is if you click on a pitcher profile, it does allow you to look at their game logs going back the last 7 or 15 games as an overview, as well as the game by game log, so you can get a sense of the trend of how many innings pitched they typically do per start, their earned runs, their ERA, their number of pitches and strikes thrown per start, as well as walks, strikeouts, and walks plus hits per inning pitch. This can be very helpful if you're betting on pitcher props, totals, or even just the side. The other thing I really love about the MLB At Bat app is the split section. So this tells you how these pitchers are doing in different scenarios. So home versus away, lefty versus righty, as well as their innings breakdown. So you can see pitchers who may have a tougher time the first time through the order or in the first inning. This could be a huge impact for you if you're betting yes run or no run first inning bets, as well as the breakdown from the other innings to see, are these pitchers ones that tend to struggle once you get through the lineup once you face the lineup for the third time? The second resource I really love is covers.com MLB Weather Report. Now, this is really powerful because it doesn't just tell you the temperature of the game, but it tells you the wind strength, and the wind direction in relation to the stadium. Now, let's see why that's so important. You can imagine 20-mile-per-hour winds going into the stands versus 20-mile-per-hour wind going into the field are two very different scenarios for pitchers and hitters. So knowing where that wind is going in relation to the stadium is very important, and they give you these nice little illustrations to tell you exactly which way the wind is blowing to help you make your bets. It also tells you the humidity. Now, this is also really important because as the temperature and the humidity rise in an area, the ball travels farther. So you can see, all things being equal, a higher chance of things like home runs. So if you're betting on totals, if you're betting on certain player props, i.e. hitter props, this is definitely a tool you want to make sure you check out before you place those bets. The third resource I really like is Rotowire's bullpen usage page. Now, I really like this because if you think about baseball, you have obviously your starting pitcher, but all your games are going to rely on that bullpen. And there are teams with really good starting pitching and really terrible bullpens. And there are teams with bullpens that have really good pitchers and really bad pitchers in there. And so you want to know going into a game or even live betting, hey, what are the odds that I get the really good pitchers coming into this game? Or is it time where we know at some point we're going to have to rely on that one really trash relief pitcher? Knowing that can give you that advantage, again, especially in tight games later on, if you're looking to live bet, something I would absolutely keep in mind. Or if you know a team's going to have a bullpen game, you want to see who's the most likely to get in and what their stats are. And keeping with Rotowire, I also really love their MLB injury report. This one tells you who's injured, what their status is, and which team they're on. Now, over the course of an MLB season, over 162 games, it's really easy to lose track of who's hurt and how long they can be hurt for, especially as you get through the middle of the season and beyond, where the injuries just really start to pile up. So this one's a great resource. Instead of having to follow a bunch of different beat writers on Twitter or whatever other source, you can get them all right here at rotowire.com. Now, the fourth resource I really like, and this is where we kind of go from that rookie noob bettor to someone who's a little more savvy, and this is baseballsavant.mlb.com. And specifically what we're looking at is their expected statistics leaderboard page. So it's not enough to just look at what a pitcher's ERA is or what their weighted on base average is. You want to know the expected statistics to compare that with, because you can have pitchers who are essentially getting lucky, whether that's defensive play, the stadium that they're playing in, things like that, or pitchers who are getting unlucky for those exact same reasons. So you can have someone who has a really high ERA where that ERA should be much lower, or someone with a really low ERA where that ERA should be much higher. And so you don't want to make bets off bad information. So the expected ERA, expected weighted on base average, helps you make a little more of an accurate prediction going in for your bets. Now, this isn't the end all be all, but it is certainly better than just kind of going in there blind. Definitely love this website. You can look for all the pitchers. You can search for them by name. You can also do the same thing for batters as well, and both at the individual level and for team statistics. So I would definitely bookmark this page. Once you kind of get your feet under you with baseball betting, this could take it to the next level. And last but not least, this one's a little bit of a tricky one. It's not really free. It's a free trial with the code BTB. But again, unabated.com for two reasons. One, you're going to need an odds screen. You want to be able to look and see all the different lines for the different games that are out there. Line shopping is, again, one of the most important things you can do as a bettor. You're going to hear us say that over and over again. Getting the best price is absolutely paramount to your success. And you can see that there are different prices at different sports books, and they can vary extremely wildly. So you want to be able to see all in one spot where the best lines are, as well as they do have some prop simulations as well for these games. So you can do total bases, hits, pitcher props, etc. You can run simulations on that, and you can see what the best odds are and what gives you the most edge. So again, this one is a paid trial. It's a paid subscription, but you get a 5-day free trial using the code BTB. I definitely suggest you check it out for free and see if you like it or not. If it is something you like, you should add it to your arsenal. It can definitely help you win more bets.